Welcome to Basketball U. If you're new to Basketball U, make sure you slam dunk that subscribe button. And just to make sure you don't miss a thing, make sure you tap that notification bell right after you hit that subscribe button. Basketball U, welcome back. It's good to see you. Hope you have caught up with your daily training, because it is time to give you more information about coaching. Also, stay tuned until the end of the episode as we bring you the future of the ongoing, growing community of Basketball U. Now, for a while, we have been talking about coaches, but it only makes sense to show respect to some of the greats. From championships to awards to even wins provided by the best basketball coaches in history, whether it's from the pros of the NBA or in the college of NCAA. At the same time, giving you a little history on both sides of the game. Basketball U would like to present to you the top 10 greatest coaches of all time. Number 10, Pat Summitt. A coach who was tough, fiery, passionate, and knew how to get the best out of her players. Spending her entire coaching career with the Tennessee Lady Volunteers from 1974 to 2012. In 3 different decades, her coaching led the Lady Volunteers to 18 Final Fours and 8 national championships. In 2011, she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's and had to retire in 2012. She passed away in 2016. With 1,098 wins, no one in the game will ever do it better than the late Pat Summitt. Number 9, Tara VanDerveer. Before she gave Stanford 13 Final Four appearances and 3 national championships, coaching at Ohio State was a very good start, then created a powerhouse for 3 decades at Stanford, also leading the team in 30-plus wins in 7 straight seasons from 2008 to 2014. VanDerveer's phenomenal consistency is what brings her at the top of her game, also surpassing Pat Summitt with the most games won, with 1,157. Number 8, Lenny Wilkins. This 9-time NBA All-Star led the Seattle Supersonics to their championship in 1979 as a coach. Also considered as one of the all-time leaders in head coach wins in the NBA, coaching a big amount of teams for 32 seasons, from the Seattle Supersonics, Portland Trail Blazers, Cleveland Cavaliers, Atlanta Hawks, Toronto Raptors, and the New York Knicks, with a total of 1,332 wins, and even winning Coach of the Year with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Number 7, Geno Auriemma. When you think of the women's Connecticut Huskies basketball team, you think of Geno and his 11 Division I championships and 22 Final Fours, as well as many awards like the 8-time Naismith Coach of the Year and John Wooden Legends of Coaching Award. A few coaches have stacked up some wins like Geno, but when it comes to championships, Auriemma is the only solid comparison to John Wooden. From collecting a 3-peat in the early 2000s and a 4-peat in the mid-2010s, the women's Yukon Huskies became the gold standard and in basketball history considered as one of the greatest dynasties. Number 6, Mike Krzyzewski, best known as Coach K. So we'll just use Coach K. If there is a basketball dictionary out there, and if you see the words Duke, you see Coach K. If you see Coach K, you see Duke. And to prove it, he has 13 Final Fours and 5 national championships, and even a few Olympic gold medals. Retired in 2022 with 1,202 wins, Coach K was also the first to reach 1,000 wins as a head coach in Division I. You gotta give credit to Coach K, a Polish American from Chicago, one of the best coaches in college basketball, surrounded in an era of competitive recruiting and 24-hour sports networks. Number 5, John Wooden, the greatest college basketball coach ever. 10 NCAA championships, 12 Final Fours, and a Presidential Medal of Freedom as a lieutenant in the U.S. Navy during World War II. 27 years as a head coach in UCLA Bruins. His team won 7 straight from the late 1960s to the early 1970s. Wooden was also a member of the inaugural College Basketball Hall of Fame in 2006. and inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame back in 1961. Before Geno, before Coach K, Wooden was that guy. Number 4, Pat Riley. When you think of Showtime, you don't only just think of Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, James Worthy, Brian Scott. It's Pat Riley leading the Lakers to 4 championships, plus one with Miami Heat about a decade and a half later. In Pat Riley's NBA career as a head coach, every season was playoff bound. No wonder Pat Riley won Coach of the Year 3 times in the 90s. However, the only time his team did not make it to the playoffs was during his final season with the Miami Heat. Pat Riley also ranks second in most playoff wins with 171. Number 3, Greg Popovich. Popovich has been one of the best, if not the best. 5-time NBA champion, 3-time Coach of the Year award with 1,344 wins and counting, and throughout this time he only missed the playoffs 4 times. Popovich is also listed in one of the top 15 coaches in NBA history, sourced via NBA 75th anniversary team. Popovich will be a very solid candidate in the Basketball Hall of Fame as soon as he retires. Number 2, Red Auerbach, the godfather of the NBA. As a coach and an executive, held it down for Boston Celtics for over 30 years. 9-time NBA champion, all including, of course, 11-time NBA champion Bill Russell. But even went on to get even more NBA championships as an executive 7 times. Did I mention that Auerbach has won 8 consecutive titles? Number 1, Phil Jackson. As a head coach, when you obtain 11 NBA championships, no one can tell you nothing. One of the greatest coaches of all time. 95-96 Chicago Bulls, 72 wins, 10 losses. Phil Jackson won Coach of the Year that year. No disrespect to Steve Kerr and the Golden State Warriors. 73 wins and 9 losses. It's got a little nice ring to it. Wait a minute. I shouldn't have said that. Anyways, Phil Jackson coached with the likes of Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant. Can't forget Dennis Rodman and Steve Kerr. With about 1,155 wins, but holds the record of most playoff wins as a coach with 229. Phil Jackson was also inducted to the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame in 2007. These legendary coaches have mastered decades of basketball strategies, styles, and players, and to be able to adapt to the ever-changing game of basketball is impressive. There is a lot to learn from the greats. They are not only coaches but teachers of life and how to be consistent in the way of winning and success. Take that mentality with you as you move forward through your journey as a player. Still to come on Basketball U, we have a podcast on the way, so be sure to check that out. And motivational videos, as they have some inspiring words that will help you build the mental toughness through your journey. This is Basketball U. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And also, follow all of our social medias right there in the description to keep yourself up to date, as this channel will have a lot of basketball, a lot of players, and a lot of training and more information on how to play the game of basketball. Remember, someone's always working. Are you?